Welcome, dear friends, to a peaceful journey through 160 fascinating facts about the beloved Pokemon anime, a world where adventure, friendship, and dreams come to life. What began as a simple idea about creatures to catch and train has blossomed into a legacy that has captured the hearts of millions across generations. Tonight, we will gently explore the stories behind the characters, the worlds they inhabit, and the magical creatures they encounter, as well as the creativity and passion that has kept this world alive and thriving. From the quiet origins of Pokemon to the world spanning phenomenon it is today, we will drift through the moments and memories that have made Pokemon an unforgettable part of our lives. As you settle into the quiet calm of this night, allow your breath to soften, your muscles to loosen, and your thoughts to drift gently away. The world of Pokemon will surround you like a warm embrace, and each fact will unfold as softly as a whisper in the evening air. Let the memories and the magic guide you into a peaceful place where you can rest and dream without a worry in the world. And if you enjoy drifting through stories like this, you're welcome to subscribe and softly tell me where you're listening from tonight. Now let us begin our journey together as we step quietly into the world of Pokemon and its many wonders. Fact 1. In the quiet early days of Pokemon's creation, long before the anime began to bloom, the idea of the Pokemon world rested gently in the imagination of Satoshi Tajiri, a boy who once wandered fields catching insects beneath the warm Japanese sun. That childhood wonder, those soft afternoons spent exploring and observing small creatures, became the seed that eventually blossomed into the universe we know today. When the Pokemon anime was first imagined, it carried that same gentle spirit of curiosity, a wish to capture the simple joy of discovery, the warmth of companionship, and the peaceful thrill of wandering into unknown places with an open heart. Fact 2. When the Pokemon anime premiered in 1997, the world was introduced to Ash Ketchum, a young trainer whose dreams were as bright as dawn itself. Though the games offered countless ways to experience adventure, the anime invited viewers to drift deeper, to follow Ash as he stepped into an unknown world with tender bravery, guided not by strength alone, but by the bonds he formed along the way. His story was never about battles alone, but about trust, growth, and the gentle belief that journeys mean more than destinations. From the very first episode, this quiet emotional thread shaped the heart of the series. Fact 3. Pikachu's place as Ash's partner was not predetermined. In the earliest stages of development, many expected Ash to begin with a more traditional starter, like Bulbasaur, Charmander, or Squirtle. But the creators wished for something unique, something that would glow with familiarity, yet feel quietly surprising. Pikachu's gentle sparks, its warm eyes and soft, round form, created a presence that felt both comforting and alive. This choice shaped the entire tone of the anime, turning Pikachu into a symbol of loyalty, patience, and the quiet, enduring warmth of friendship that grows even from beginnings that seem a little rocky or uncertain. Fact 4. The very first episode of the Pokemon anime aired with a sense of fragile tenderness, introducing not only Ash and Pikachu's reluctant partnership, but also the emotional truth at the heart of Pokemon. That connection blooms slowly, like a rising moon. The moment Pikachu finally chose to trust Ash, standing beside him against the flock of Spearow, became one of the most iconic scenes in the series. It wasn't about strength, but about willingness, about choosing to protect someone even when the night feels overwhelming. That soft moment of mutual understanding marked the true beginning of their lifelong bond. Fact 5. The opening theme of the original anime carried a gentle energy that resonated deeply with audiences. Though energetic in melody, it represented something far quieter beneath the surface, a longing to travel, to grow, to understand oneself through companionship and challenge. For many, that opening sequence became a soft ritual, something that signaled comfort, familiarity, and a sense of returning home. Even decades later, hearing those first notes can evoke memories of waking early to watch episodes, of curling up in blankets, or of discovering the world of Pokémon as if it were a friend waiting patiently for us to return. Fact 6. In its early development, the anime was crafted not just as an adaptation of the games, but as a fully breathing world with its own gentle rhythm. Writers wanted the episodes to feel like small journeys, each with a soothing message about friendship, patience, or understanding. Many early episodes do not center around battles, but around learning to see Pokemon not as tools, but as companions with their own emotions and needs. This focus gave the series its soft heartbeat, one that drifted through each tale, reminding viewers that kindness and empathy are as important as skill or ambition. Fact 7. Team Rocket, introduced as comedic antagonists, were always meant to be more than villains. Their arrival in the early episodes brought a touch of gentle chaos, but also humor and vulnerability. Jesse, James, and Meowth became characters who, despite their mischief, carried an emotional softness, dreams of belonging, of being seen, of finding something meaningful. Their dramatic flair and tender backstories added texture to the anime's world, showing that even those who seem troublesome are often shaped by longing. Their presence gave the early episodes a comforting familiarity, like shadows that appear each night, yet never truly threaten the peacefulness of the journey. Fact 8. The early landscapes of the Pokemon world were drawn with a quiet intention: rolling hills, gentle forests, winding roads, and small towns shimmering under warm skies. These settings were meant to feel softened, serene, and timeless, like places one might wander into during a dream. The animation team approached each background as though it were a memory, slightly hazy around the edges, warm in tone, and filled with a sense of gentle possibility. This created a world that wasn't loud or overwhelming, but safe and inviting, a place where adventure unfolded slowly, like pages turning in a cherished bedtime story. Fact 9. One of the earliest goals of the anime was to show that Pokemon were not only creatures to battle, but beings with hearts and emotions. Episodes often paused to reflect on the quiet relationships between Pokemon and people, moments of trust earned, fears eased, and bonds strengthened. Whether it was a Charmander waiting faithfully for a trainer who had abandoned it, or a Butterfree longing for freedom, the anime invited viewers to feel deeply, to hold space for gentle sadness and tender joy. These emotional moments became a defining feature of the series, shaping its poetic and heartfelt identity. Fact 10. As Pokemon grew in popularity, the anime's early episodes became a gentle anchor for viewers around the world. Children and adults alike found comfort in the steady rhythm of Ash's journey, the soft familiarity of recurring characters, and the peaceful sense of wonder woven into each adventure. Though the series expanded into countless regions and storylines, Those first episodes hold a special place in the collective memory, a place where everything began quietly, simply, with one boy, one Pikachu, and the endless road ahead. Their legacy continues to glow softly, like a lantern guiding us back to where our own love for Pokemon first began. Fact 11: Misty, the Cerulean City gym leader, was designed to be more than just a companion for Ash on his journey. She was meant to represent a quiet strength, a reflection of the journey's emotional core. Her character, with her fiery hair and temper, was contrasted gently against the softness of her heart. Beneath her sometimes sharp exterior, there was a deep, caring nature that resonated with viewers. Misty's relationship with her Pokemon, particularly her bond with Togepi, highlighted the theme of nurturing, reminding us that even the most spirited individuals carry a softness for those they love. Fact 12: Brock, the rock type gym leader from Pewter City, was initially crafted as a character who carried wisdom and calm. His role as the group's caretaker made him a gentle presence, always looking out for his friends. What made Brock's character memorable, however, was his unspoken tenderness, his ability to listen, guide, and provide a sense of calm when the world felt overwhelming. His love for his siblings and his dream of becoming a Pokemon doctor gave him a quiet sense of purpose, offering viewers a model of selfless care and responsibility. Fact 13: Professor Oak, the wise and kind hearted Pokemon professor, is the quiet heart of the Pokemon world. His role, often appearing in the form of a warm voice on the other end of a call, was more than just a source of information. He symbolized the gentle guidance that Ash and his friends received throughout their journey. Professor Oak's calm demeanor and love for Pokemon encouraged the values of exploration, learning, and mutual respect. His legacy is built on the quiet joy of discovery, as he helped introduce countless trainers to the world of Pokemon. Fact 14: Pikachu, beloved for its round cheeks and electric nature, has always been more than just a mascot. It's a symbol of the series' emotional depth. In its earliest designs, Pikachu was intended to be a Pokemon that could communicate feelings without words. Its expressions, from excitement to sadness to contentment, convey a richness that made it one of the most empathetic characters in the anime. Over time, Pikachu's quiet gestures and unspoken bond with Ash created one of the most enduring relationships in animation, quietly reminding us that the deepest connections need no words. Fact 15: The Pokemon world is filled with vibrant characters, but one of the most iconic is Team Rocket's Meowth. Meowth, with its comically exaggerated voice and constant mischief, might seem an unlikely hero. However, beneath its chaotic exterior lies a character shaped by loneliness and longing. Meowth's backstory, where it dreams of becoming a human to win the love of a female Meowth, adds a layer of melancholy to its antics. This quiet emotional depth transformed Meowth from a mere comic relief into one of the most beloved and complex characters in the series, reminding us that even the most mischievous souls can have tender hearts. Fact 16: Ash's constant companion, Pikachu, has always symbolized a deeper bond that many viewers connected with in their own lives. But Pikachu's early relationship with Ash was initially one of reluctance and discomfort. In the beginning, Pikachu resisted Ash's advances, refusing to stay inside its Pokeball and even refusing to listen to commands. This slow building trust between them became one of the series' most powerful narratives. Over time, their bond deepened, showing that friendship doesn't always come easily. But when it does, it is something unshakable and eternal, like the stars in a night sky, quiet yet ever present. Fact 17. Professor Oak's laboratory in Pallet Town, though never the primary focus, became a quiet haven of sorts for Ash and his friends throughout their travels. Its simplicity, filled with books, equipment, and friendly chatter, offered a soft sense of stability, a safe return between the chaos of battles and the unknown roads ahead. Oak's laboratory became a symbol of quiet refuge, where knowledge and kindness were shared in a warm, unassuming way. It was here, in the midst of his studies, that Ash began his journey, and here that many trainers would come to seek guidance and wisdom. Fact 18. While the focus of the anime is often on Ash and his companions, there is an undeniable sense of tranquility in the introduction of Pokemon like Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff, with its soft pink appearance and its ability to lull others to sleep, provided a quiet contrast to the usual excitement of battles and adventures. The Pokemon became a symbol of peaceful rest, drifting into slumber with a melody that seemed to flow like a soft lullaby. Each time Jigglypuff appeared, it served as a reminder of how rest and calmness are an essential part of the adventure, too. Fact 19. Another key figure in the series, Pikachu's original voice actor, Ikue Otani, gave life to the character with an ethereal quality that conveyed both innocence and an enduring strength. Despite Pikachu's limited spoken words, Otani's performance in the early years of the anime filled the character with layers of emotion, from the soft, curious energy of a child to the quiet courage of a companion. Through her voice, Pikachu was able to speak volumes with just the softest of sounds, creating a bond with viewers that transcended the boundaries of language. Fact 20. The Pokemon anime's first seasons also introduced a soft reverence for nature. The world of Pokemon, though filled with bustling cities and vibrant characters, was framed by vast forests, sparkling rivers, and endless skies. This natural beauty, often reflected in episodes where the group would stop to admire a sunset or listen to the wind rustling through trees, created a deep sense of peacefulness. Pokemon like Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Butterfree were often shown interacting with the environment in ways that highlighted the harmony between nature and Pokemon, reinforcing the series' quiet, meditative tone. Fact 21. As the Pokemon anime unfolded, it gently shifted from a simple adventure story to a deeper exploration of growth, self-discovery, and personal bonds. Ash, who began his journey as a young boy full of dreams and ambition, slowly transformed with each encounter, each challenge, and each new Pokemon he befriended. The gentle evolution of Ash's character was mirrored by the world around him: new regions, new Pokemon, and ever-expanding horizons. Yet through it all, the core message remained steady: the importance of staying true to one's heart and finding strength not only in battles, but in compassion. Fact 22. The introduction of new Pokemon species in each region was a poetic reflection of the endless possibilities that the Pokemon world held. Each new Pokemon felt like a soft breeze, bringing something fresh and exciting yet familiar. As the regions expanded, so did the stories, each bringing its own unique setting, culture, and Pokemon to love. These creatures were not just caught and battled, but understood, cared for, and celebrated for their individuality. The evolution of Pokemon from simple creatures to iconic beings was a quiet reminder that every journey is filled with new discoveries, each one more wondrous than the last. Fact 23. The art of animation in Pokemon changed as well, growing from the hand drawn style of the early seasons to more polished digital techniques. Yet, even as the animation became sleeker, the visual essence of Pokemon remained rooted in the natural world. The soft colors of the forests, the glowing light of a distant sunset, the gentle ripple of water as Pokemon swam, all of these subtle moments carried the same peaceful energy from the very first episode. The evolution of the animation mirrored the story's progression, a story of growth, but one that never lost its quiet, gentle heart. Fact 24. One of the series' enduring features is its ever present theme of friendship, which deepens as Ash's journey unfolds. In every new region, Ash is introduced to companions who help him learn, grow, and discover more about himself. Each of these characters, whether Misty, Brock, May, or Serena, brought their own quiet wisdom and heartfelt connections to the group. As Ash matured, so did his relationships, not just with his Pokemon, but with his friends. Together, they formed a quiet tapestry of trust and love that carried the anime forward, with each new season adding threads to this soft, evolving story. Fact 25. The Pokemon world was never just about Ash and his team. It was a community. From the Pokemon Centers to the Pokemon League, the series depicted a peaceful, interconnected world where trainers, professors, and Pokemon lived side by side. The depiction of these locations always held a sense of calm, a sanctuary where battles and challenges could be momentarily set aside in favor of rest and healing. The Pokemon Centers, especially, with their soft lights and caring nurses, became a symbol of this sanctuary, quiet spaces where bonds were strengthened and weary trainers found peace. Fact 26. As the series progressed, the creators introduced legendary Pokemon, mythical creatures that were often tied to the lore of their respective regions. These Pokemon, such as Mewtwo, Lugia, and Rayquaza, were more than just powerful beings. They embodied the quiet forces of nature, often representing concepts like time, space, and life itself. Their stories were not about battles, but about the larger questions of existence and the delicate balance of the world. They added a layer of mysticism to the anime, reminding viewers that even in a world of wonder, there are forces beyond our understanding, quietly shaping the world. Fact 27. The introduction of contests in regions like Hoenn and Sinnoh added a unique layer to the Pokemon world, allowing for a deeper appreciation of the connection between trainer and Pokemon. These contests weren't just about battling, they were about performance, style, and expression. The Pokemon and their trainers showcased their skills through artistic routines, creating a peaceful, almost meditative atmosphere. These moments of quiet beauty gave the anime a sense of rhythm, a reminder that the journey isn't always about rushing forward, but sometimes about pausing to admire the art of the moment. Fact 28. The evolution of Pokemon battles themselves also mirrored the evolution of the anime's tone. In the early days, battles were simpler, often focused on strategy and quick thinking. But as the series progressed, battles became more intricate, with Pokemon using a wider range of abilities and techniques that reflected the growing complexity of their relationships with their trainers. Yet even as the stakes in these battles grew higher, the emotional core of the series remained unchanged, that the true strength of a Pokemon isn't in its power, but in the bond it shares with its trainer. Fact 29. The arrival of new generations of Pokemon games and their corresponding anime seasons further expanded the sense of wonder. Each new game brought with it a fresh batch of Pokemon, new regions to explore, and new challenges to face. Yet, even with these constant introductions, the essence of the anime remained rooted in the same values of friendship, kindness, and self discovery. The evolving nature of the Pokemon universe didn't push away the old, it welcomed it, allowing the legacy of past seasons to gently coexist with the new, like the quiet cycle of seasons in nature. Fact 30. Pokemon has also explored themes of family and legacy, particularly through characters like Ash's mother, Delia Ketchum. Though often a background figure in the story, Delia's presence represented the grounding force of Ash's life. Her gentle encouragement, her quiet belief in Ash's dreams, and her ever present care were subtle yet powerful reminders of the love that sustains us. Delia's role, though simple, provided the emotional foundation for Ash's adventures, showing that even in the most far reaching journeys, we carry the love and guidance of those who support us at home. Fact 31. The creators of Pokemon were determined to make the anime not just an adaptation of the games, but a world that felt alive and immersive. Behind the scenes, countless animators, writers, and designers worked quietly to create a universe that was both vibrant and comforting. Every character, from Ash to the smallest of Pokemon, was meticulously designed with the intention of bringing warmth and depth to the screen. The gentle beauty of the Pokemon world, the way the sky would glow at dusk, the soft sway of trees in the wind, was all a result of this thoughtful, tender design. Fact 32. The voice actors behind the Pokemon anime were instrumental in bringing its characters to life with such emotional richness. For Ash Ketchum, Veronica Taylor's voice became the soft anchor of his character, embodying his hopes, dreams, and vulnerabilities. Pikachu's iconic cries, voiced by Ikwe Otani, conveyed a complex array of emotions, from playful mischief to deep concern, all with a simple series of sounds. These voice performances helped bridge the gap between animation and heart, turning animated characters into real, relatable beings whose struggles and joys mirrored our own in subtle, soothing ways. Fact 33. Satoshi Tajiri, the creator of Pokemon, drew inspiration from his own childhood experiences. Growing up in rural Japan, he spent many hours exploring the outdoors, catching insects, and observing nature. This love for the natural world became the foundation for Pokemon, where creatures, much like the insects and animals he admired as a child, are to be respected and cherished. His quiet wonder at the world around him imbued the Pokemon franchise with a deep sense of reverence for nature, and that stillness can be felt in the careful way each Pokemon is introduced and cared for in the anime. Fact 34. The Pokemon anime's music has played a key role in shaping the emotional tone of the series. The music, composed by the talented Shinji Miyazaki and others, gently complements the scenes, enhancing the peaceful beauty of the world. From the soft, instrumental pieces that play during tender moments to the uplifting themes during adventures, the music has always been subtle, yet impactful. It carries the spirit of Pokemon, creating an atmosphere that invites reflection and calm. Even in the midst of a battle, the music reminds us that the true beauty of the Pokemon world lies in its heart. Fact 35. The animators working tirelessly behind the scenes would often draw inspiration from real world nature to create the Pokemon world. Locations were designed with soft, glowing colors that mimicked the peace of the natural world, whether it was the gentle flow of a river, the quiet rustling of grass, or the warm golden hues of a sunset. This attention to natural beauty helped create a world that felt both fantastical and grounded, where even the smallest details, like the sparkle of dew on a leaf or the soft shadows of a forest, carried a sense of peaceful wonder. Fact 36. The decision to create the Pokemon anime in the first place came from a desire to expand the Pokemon universe beyond just video games. While the games focused on exploration and collecting, the anime's creators wanted to explore the deeper emotional connections that could form between Pokemon and trainers. The quiet but profound relationships that developed, often without words, became a central theme. The creators knew that Pokemon could be more than just creatures. They could be friends, companions, and teachers, guiding both their trainers and the viewers through a world of emotional growth, trust, and discovery. Fact 37. As the Pokemon anime grew, so too did its scope. The expansion into different regions, each with its own culture and environment, was a deliberate choice by the creators to showcase the diverse and rich world of Pokemon. Every new region, be it Johto, Hoenn, or Sinnoh, was carefully crafted to reflect a different part of the natural world, each with its own rhythm and beauty. This allowed the anime to stay fresh, as viewers were invited to explore new corners of the world, all while maintaining the soft, familiar core that had made the series so beloved from the start. Fact 38. The subtle art of storytelling in Pokemon was a deliberate choice made by the writers. They wanted each episode to feel like a small chapter in a larger journey, one that focused not only on Ash's growth as a trainer, but also on the quiet beauty of each new place and each new Pokemon encountered. Many episodes eschewed traditional battle formats in favor of simpler, more reflective moments, whether it was a peaceful walk through a forest or an emotional scene where a Pokemon learned to trust its trainer. These moments made the anime feel like a series of gentle, interconnected stories rather than isolated episodes. Fact 39. The creators also ensured that the themes of kindness and empathy were woven into every storyline. Throughout the series, trainers often showed compassion toward their Pokemon, not just in battle, but in their everyday care. This empathy extended to the Pokemon themselves, who were often shown helping one another and demonstrating acts of kindness without hesitation. This balance between showing strength and showing compassion made the Pokemon anime feel uniquely warm, teaching viewers the importance of empathy, both for others and for oneself, in navigating the challenges of life. Fact 40. Behind the scenes, the team worked hard to balance the fast pace of the anime with its more reflective, quieter moments. This balance allowed Pokemon to explore a range of emotional states, from the excitement of a battle to the quiet joy of watching a Pokemon grow. The creators were mindful of the show's tone, ensuring that every episode, whether focused on adventure or a simple day in the life of a trainer, would always have a grounding sense of peace. The ability to shift from high energy moments to slower, more introspective ones gave the show its depth, making it not just an anime, but a comforting space to escape to. Fact 41. The music of the Pokemon anime, composed by Shinji Miyazaki and others, has always been a vital part of the show's soothing, atmospheric quality. From the very first episode, The opening theme became an iconic part of the Pokemon experience. But beyond the opening, the show's background music subtly shaped the emotional landscape of each scene. Whether it was a soft, uplifting melody during moments of friendship, or a gentle, reflective tune during times of introspection, the music guided the viewer's emotions, creating a sense of calm and comfort that became as much a part of Pokemon as the characters themselves. Fact 42: the soundtrack of the Pokemon anime is often considered one of its most underappreciated aspects, yet it played a significant role in its emotional depth. Many of the most touching scenes, such as Ash's moments of loss or triumph, are accompanied by music that swells gently, pulling at the heartstrings without overwhelming the moment. These quiet, evocative melodies are woven throughout the episodes, subtly enhancing the viewer's connection to the characters and their journey. The music is a reminder that Pokemon is not just an adventure, but an emotional journey where each note amplifies the feelings shared between characters and their Pokemon. Fact 43: in the early seasons of the Pokemon anime, the music was composed using a combination of orchestral instruments and electronic synthesizers, which created a unique and somewhat nostalgic sound that was both modern and timeless. This balance of old and new felt like the heartbeat of the Pokemon world, combining the organic feel of nature with the energetic pulse of a bustling, evolving world. The blend of these elements mirrored the tone of the anime itself, soft yet filled with life, and carried the quiet, gentle spirit of exploration that was at the core of the Pokemon universe. Fact 44: perhaps one of the most memorable pieces of music in the Pokemon anime is the theme known as Pokemon World, which accompanies Ash's various travels and adventures. The song is gentle, full of longing and hope, echoing the quiet journey of self discovery that the anime's characters experience. It is a piece of music that drifts in the background but leaves a lasting emotional impression. Just like the Pokemon world itself, the song invites you to wander, to explore, and to connect with the greater world around you, always with a sense of wonder and optimism. Fact 45: the score used during battles in the Pokemon anime is another example of how music can shape the mood and tone of a scene. Though the battle music is often upbeat and exciting, there is an underlying quality to it that feels less aggressive and more like an energetic dance. The music flows and swells, much like the ebb and flow of the battle itself. Even in moments of intense conflict, the music never feels harsh or jarring. Instead, it retains a softness that mirrors the spirit of Pokemon, a struggle not of violence, but of growth and understanding. Fact 46: in addition to battle music, the Pokemon anime also featured quiet, introspective pieces that accompanied Ash and his companions during moments of reflection. These soft, melodic pieces carried a sense of calm and peace, offering a moment of respite between the action. Whether Ash was contemplating his next move or a Pokemon was learning to trust its trainer, these gentle tunes allowed the viewer to pause, breathe, and reflect, just as the characters did. The music became a tool for meditation, inviting both the characters and the audience to slow down, to absorb, and to be present in the moment. Fact 47: the music's impact on the series is also felt in its ability to capture the emotional depth of relationships between characters. When Ash and Pikachu share a moment of silent understanding, or when a Pokemon learns to trust its trainer, The music swells with a quiet warmth that mirrors the growing bond. The soft harmonies emphasize the idea that the deepest connections are often unspoken, felt more in the heart than in words. Through music, the anime conveyed that it's not just about winning battles, but about the relationships that form along the way. Fact 48: music in Pokemon was not only crafted for the series itself, but also for its many films. The soundtracks for the Pokemon movies are known for their grandeur and emotional depth, offering sweeping, cinematic pieces that enhance the larger than life adventures the characters embark upon. Even in these grand moments, however, the music retains a sense of tenderness, capturing the quiet beauty of Ash's relationships with his friends and Pokemon. These films were not just about epic battles, but about personal growth and emotional connection, and the music reflected that, becoming an integral part of the storytelling. Fact 49: the influence of the Pokemon soundtrack extends beyond the anime and movies into the broader pop culture landscape. Fans of the series, even long after the episodes have aired, continue to celebrate and appreciate the music for its ability to evoke nostalgia and emotion. The soundtrack has been embraced in various ways, remixed, covered, and even performed live in concerts, showing just how deeply the music resonated with viewers. For many, hearing the iconic melodies of Pokemon brings back the peaceful, safe feeling of their first experiences with the series, reminding them of a time when the world was full of wonder. Fact 50: in later seasons, the music of Pokemon continued to evolve, incorporating different styles and influences to reflect the changing times. However, the core of the music remained the same: soft, beautiful, and emotionally evocative. As Ash traveled through new regions, encountering new Pokemon, and forming new relationships, the music adapted to these changes, mirroring the growth of both the characters and the world around them. Yet, no matter how much the soundscape shifted, there was always an underlying sense of continuity, a quiet reminder that at its heart, Pokemon was a journey about connection, friendship, and discovery. Fact 51: legendary Pokemon, with their ethereal presence and mystical origins, have always been a central element in the Pokemon anime. These creatures are not merely powerful, they are symbolic of deep, timeless forces within the Pokemon world. Pokemon like Mewtwo, the genetically engineered clone of Mew, represent humanity's quiet struggle with its creations, its hopes, fears, and the complexity of life itself. Mewtwo's story, filled with isolation, confusion, and a search for meaning, speaks to the deep emotional struggles that many viewers quietly relate to, highlighting the poignant theme of finding one's place in a vast, mysterious world. Fact 52: Lugia, the Guardian of the Sea, first introduced in the second Pokemon movie, serves as a representation of balance between the elements of the sea and sky, between power and peace. Its role as protector of the oceans and the forces that keep the world in equilibrium is a constant reminder of the delicate harmony in nature. When it first appeared, the quiet awe that surrounded its massive wings and deep, resonant cry became an enduring symbol of the power found in gentleness. Lugia's story is one of both strength and grace, teaching viewers about the power of balance in life. Fact 53: Articuno, the majestic ice-type legendary Pokemon, represents the harsh beauty of winter. Its crystalline wings shimmer as it soars across frozen landscapes, embodying the serene, silent elegance of ice and snow. Its story is steeped in legend as it controls the winds and blizzards that come with the winter season. Yet, even as it holds such immense power, Articuno's presence in the anime always feels calm, even distant, like a quiet, cold wind that sweeps through the land, reminding us of the raw, untamed beauty of nature's quietest forces. Its serenity is a testament to the tranquil power of the elements. Fact 54: Moltres, the fire type legendary, is often associated with rebirth and renewal. Its fiery wings represent the cycle of destruction and creation that is a natural part of the world. When Moltres appears, it burns with a quiet intensity, symbolizing the quiet, steady heat that fuels life, even in its most intense form. In the anime, Moltres is rarely seen in full force, but is felt through the warmth of its presence. Its story teaches that fire, though fierce and untamed, also has a soft, nurturing side, one that encourages growth, change, and new beginnings, even through the quietest flames. Fact 55: Zapdos, the electric type legendary, carries with it a fierce, electrifying energy. Known for its control over thunderstorms, Zapdos embodies the dynamic, sudden nature of lightning. Yet despite its wild power, Zapdos' role in the Pokemon world is never one of reckless destruction. Instead, it balances the storm's fury with a controlled, purposeful presence. Zapdos represents the beauty of raw energy harnessed with focus, a reminder that even the most intense forces in nature can find a quiet, steady rhythm if we only listen closely. Its story reminds us that power, when used wisely, can create beauty and change. Fact 56: The creation trio of Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina in the Sinnoh region represents time, space, and antimatter. Three concepts as vast and mysterious as the universe itself. Their story, one of balance and struggle, highlights the Pokemon world's underlying theme of duality, the quiet tension between creation and destruction, order and chaos. Dialga's role as the master of time is especially poignant, reminding viewers of the delicate nature of every moment. Time, like the shifting of stars across the sky, moves forward steadily and relentlessly, and the episodes that feature these legends bring an ethereal, dreamlike quality to the narrative. Fact 57: In the Hoenn region, the legendary Pokemon Kyogre and Groudon symbolize the eternal battle between the seas and the land. Their conflict, which rages with a quiet intensity, is rooted in the Earth's primal forces. Kyogre, with its dominion over water, and Groudon, with its power over land, clash as forces of nature. But their conflict is also a reflection of the balance necessary for life to exist. Their presence in the anime is not merely a source of excitement, but a reminder of the slow, steady power of nature, the forces we cannot see but feel within every tide and earthquake. Fact 58: Rayquaza, the legendary Pokemon that controls the sky and the atmosphere, serves as a reminder of the world's interconnectedness. It flies high above, intervening when Kyogre and Groudon's battles threaten to unbalance the very fabric of the earth. Rayquaza's quiet, majestic movements symbolize the calm watchfulness of nature, always ensuring that balance is maintained. Its role is a gentle one, yet its presence is awe-inspiring, like a guiding force that quietly steers the world toward equilibrium. Rayquaza's story speaks to the delicate balance that exists in the natural world and how everything is connected, even in the most distant corners of the sky. Fact 59: The legendary Pokemon known as Zygarde, introduced in the Kalos region, is tied to the balance of the ecosystem itself. Zygarde's ability to sense the state of the environment and act when necessary reflects the deep connection between Pokemon and nature. Zygarde's story is one of guardianship, not of land or sea, but of the earth itself. It reminds viewers that the most powerful forces are often the quietest, working behind the scenes to maintain harmony. Zygarde's evolution also symbolizes the growing awareness of environmental responsibility, urging viewers to consider their role in maintaining the delicate balance of nature. Fact 60. The legendary Pokemon Mew, a gentle and mysterious creature, is often portrayed as the ancestor of all Pokemon, containing the DNA of every species. Mew's story is one of curiosity and discovery as it represents the untapped potential within every Pokemon. Its quiet, playful nature and ethereal presence remind viewers of the wonder that exists in the unknown. Mew's origins are shrouded in mystery, but its calm energy serves as a reminder of the magic that exists in even the smallest things. Its ability to transform and adapt speaks to the limitless possibilities of the Pokemon world, echoing the theme of endless discovery. Fact 61. Each Pokemon region introduces not just new Pokemon, but also new landscapes, cultures, and environments that reflect the diversity of the world. The first region, Kanto, is often seen as the foundation, the quiet, familiar setting where Ash began his journey. But as the series evolved, each new region brought a sense of discovery and wonder, from the bustling cities of Johto to the tropical islands of Alola. The regions in Pokemon are more than just backdrops for the action. They are characters in their own right, shaping the journey and offering unique challenges, mysteries, and peaceful moments for both the trainers and the viewers. Fact 62. The Johto region, which followed Kanto, introduced a sense of ancient tradition and reverence for the past. Its culture was deeply connected to the worship of legendary Pokemon and the natural world, with quiet temples, serene forests, and majestic mountains. The region's design was meant to evoke feelings of nostalgia and timelessness, as if each step Ash took was a return to something sacred and pure. The quiet beauty of Johto made it one of the most beloved regions, where the theme of harmony with nature played out in every journey and every interaction with Pokemon. Fact 63. The Hoenn region, in contrast, introduced an entirely different aesthetic: lush jungles, vast oceans, and sprawling deserts. The sense of adventure here was built on the idea of vast exploration, with each area feeling like an untouched paradise waiting to be discovered. Gahuen was a place where nature was wild and untamed, where the balance between land and sea became the central theme. The region's stunning landscapes and diverse habitats reflected the beauty of the natural world, while the stories that unfolded there reminded us of the constant dance between creation and destruction in nature's quiet rhythm. Fact 64. Sinnoh, the next region, Ash and his friends explored, introduced the theme of myths and legends, with a rich history that tied directly to the very fabric of the Pokemon world. The region's cold, mountainous landscapes and ancient architecture felt as if they held the secrets of the earth itself. It was a place where the past met the present, and the stories of legendary Pokemon like Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina echoed through the land. Sinnoh's quiet strength lay in its history, and every corner of the region seemed to whisper its ancient tales, inviting viewers to listen closely. Fact 65. In the Unova region, the Pokemon world expanded even further, influenced by real-world culture, particularly the spirit of New York City and its surrounding areas. Unova brought a modern urban feel to the Pokemon universe, with skyscrapers, vast cities, and bustling streets. However, beneath the surface of this high energy environment was a quieter, more reflective theme: the evolution of both the Pokemon world and the people within it. The Unova region reminded viewers that no matter how fast the world changes, there will always be a need for quiet moments of reflection and understanding amidst the hustle and bustle. Fact 66. The Kalos region, inspired by France, introduced a sophisticated elegance to the Pokemon world. With its beautiful landscapes, quaint villages, and romantic ambiance, Kalos felt like a dream. The quiet fields of lavender and the sparkling lights of Lumio's city were framed by the warmth of the culture, evoking a sense of nostalgia and peace. The region's story was not just about battling, but about finding beauty in everyday moments, and how sometimes the most important lessons come not through victories, but through the simple joy of appreciating the world around you. Fact 67. The Alola region, based on the Hawaiian Islands, brought a gentle, laid back atmosphere to the world of Pokemon. It introduced the concept of island trials rather than traditional gyms, reflecting a culture built on respect for nature and the environment. The beauty of Alola was in its simplicity: soft sunsets, crystal clear waters, and a deep connection to the land and sea. The region's theme of harmony with nature is reflected in the gentle rhythm of life on the islands, reminding viewers to appreciate the small, quiet moments that often pass unnoticed but are integral to a peaceful existence. Fact 68. In the Galar region, inspired by the United Kingdom, Pokemon battles took on a new form with the introduction of Dynamax and Gigantamaxing, giant versions of Pokemon. While these battles brought an element of grandeur and spectacle, the region itself remained grounded in the quiet beauty of the countryside. Galar's landscapes, rolling hills, quaint villages, and ancient castles echoed a simpler time where nature and history were deeply intertwined. It reminded viewers that while technology and change often create excitement, there is also a quiet peace to be found in tradition, history, and the natural world around us. Fact 69. The regions, though distinct in their influences and aesthetics, all share one core theme: the beauty of discovery. With each new region, Ash and his companions are invited to explore and learn not just about new Pokemon, but about the world itself. These journeys are as much about self-discovery as they are about external adventure. The regions provide the perfect canvas for the growth of each character, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, allowing them to learn the importance of patience, trust, and understanding. Each step they take is a gentle reminder that the most profound discoveries come when we open our hearts to the unknown. Fact 70. Each new region in the Pokemon world brought its own unique challenges, yet the overarching theme of connection remained constant. Whether Ash was navigating the tropical landscapes of Alola or the snowy peaks of Sinnoh, the underlying message was the same. It's not just about where you go, but the people and Pokemon you meet along the way. Each region provided a unique lens through which to explore the bonds between trainers and their Pokemon, and the quiet, nurturing spirit that runs through the Pokemon world, reminding us that connection is not just about proximity, but about understanding, respect, and care. Fact 71. Ash Ketchum's journey is one of personal growth, and his development over the years is a reflection of the broader themes of Pokemon: friendship, perseverance, and the quiet strength that comes with understanding oneself. When Ash first began his journey in Kanto, he was a boy full of dreams, but lacking in experience. He often rushed into battles without fully understanding the Pokemon he worked with. Over time, however, Ash learned to listen to his Pokemon, to trust them and himself, and this slow but steady evolution marked his journey as one of transformation, not just as a trainer, but as a person. Fact 72: Ash's relationship with Pikachu serves as the emotional backbone of his story. In the beginning, Pikachu and Ash's bond was one of frustration, with Pikachu resisting Ash's commands. But as their bond grew, so did Ash's understanding of what it meant to be a true Pokemon trainer. Pikachu was no longer just a companion, but a symbol of loyalty, trust, and the power of friendship. Over time, their quiet, unspoken connection became one of the most iconic partnerships in anime history, a reminder that relationships are built on patience, understanding, and the willingness to grow together. Fact 73: Throughout his journey, Ash encountered many different Pokemon, each of them teaching him valuable lessons about life and growth. Some Pokemon, like Charizard, took time to trust Ash, while others, like Bulbasaur, were more cautious. Each encounter was an opportunity for Ash to learn about patience and the value of nurturing relationships. His growth wasn't just about winning battles, but about understanding that every Pokemon has its own personality, desires, and needs. Ash learned that being a great trainer wasn't just about strength, but about empathy and the ability to listen deeply to the hearts of his Pokemon. Fact 74: Ash's greatest challenge wasn't always the gym battles or tournament victories, but rather his internal journey, coming to understand that failure wasn't something to fear, but something to learn from. Early in his travels, Ash would become frustrated when things didn't go as planned, but with each failure came a moment of reflection. This growth is a quiet, ongoing process, one that never truly ends. Every time Ash stumbled, whether in battle or in life, he picked himself up, learned something new, and pressed on. His determination was a soft but powerful reminder that the journey itself is as important as the destination. Fact 75: One of the most poignant moments of Ash's growth came when he learned to believe in his own strength. In the Sinnoh region, Ash faced some of his most challenging battles, and for the first time, he began to question his abilities. But through the support of his friends and the trust of his Pokemon, Ash regained his confidence. This moment of self doubt was not just a part of his story, but a universal experience, reminding viewers that it's okay to question oneself and that sometimes it takes a little encouragement from others to rediscover our own worth. Fact 76: Throughout the series, Ash developed strong friendships with the people he met along the way. Characters like Misty, Brock, May, Dawn, and Serena were more than just companions, they were his emotional anchors, helping him navigate not just the challenges of being a Pokemon trainer, but the personal growth that came with each new experience. These friendships were never one sided. Ash, too, offered support, guidance, and a listening ear. The deep bonds he shared with these characters served as a reminder that growth is rarely a solitary endeavor. It's the people we meet along the way that help shape us into who we become. Fact 77: One of the defining aspects of Ash's growth was his ability to adapt. Over the years, he learned how to change his approach to battles, shifting from relying on brute strength to focusing on strategy and teamwork. He also became more open to different ways of training his Pokemon, recognizing that each one had its own strengths and weaknesses. This shift in perspective allowed Ash to become not just a more skilled trainer, but a more compassionate and understanding one. It was a quiet but profound evolution that helped him become the kind of leader his Pokemon could truly trust. Fact 78. Ash's journey also taught him the value of humility. Even when he achieved victory, Ash never became boastful or arrogant. Instead, he remained grounded, always giving credit to his Pokemon and friends. His quiet humility became one of his most endearing qualities, one that made him approachable and relatable to both his companions and the audience. This humility allowed Ash to connect with others on a deeper level, reminding viewers that true strength lies not in how we're perceived, but in how we treat others and the quiet respect we give to those around us. Fact 79. The many losses Ash experienced along the way were not setbacks, but rather lessons in resilience. From losing tournaments to facing powerful opponents, each defeat became an opportunity to learn and grow. These moments of loss were often accompanied by a sense of quiet reflection, where Ash would take the time to understand what went wrong and how he could improve. The series never shied away from showing the emotional toll that loss can take, but it always balanced those moments with a sense of hope, a reminder that growth is a slow, steady process that involves both victories and setbacks. Fact 80. Ash's ultimate goal has always been to become a Pokemon master, but over time, he came to realize that being a true master wasn't about titles or trophies. It was about the journey, the bonds formed with his Pokemon, and the lessons learned along the way. The quiet growth he experienced, both as a trainer and as a person, became his true reward. Through every region, every battle, and every Pokemon he met, Ash's understanding of what it means to be a Pokemon master deepened, reminding viewers that mastery is about understanding, kindness, and the patience to grow with others. Fact 81. The Pokemon anime, since its inception in 1997, has undergone many subtle changes in both style and tone, reflecting the evolution of the franchise itself. While the core themes, friendship, perseverance, and growth, have remained constant, the way the anime portrays these themes has evolved. Early episodes were drawn with a softer, more handcrafted animation style, which gave the show a sense of warmth and intimacy. Over time, as animation technology advanced, the visuals became crisper, more vibrant, and dynamic. But the emotional core of the series has always stayed true to its roots, offering viewers both comfort and excitement in equal measure. Fact 82. One of the key changes in the Pokemon anime came with the introduction of more complex and dynamic battle animations. In the early days, Pokemon battles were often depicted with static backgrounds and simpler movements. As the series progressed, however, the battles became more visually engaging, with intricate choreography, faster paced action, and detailed effects that brought the Pokemon world to life. This shift has mirrored the growing complexity of the Pokemon universe itself, where even the quietest battles had deep emotional significance, and the show's animation sought to reflect the power and beauty that could arise from the simplest of interactions. Fact 83. The animation style of the Pokemon anime also changed in response to shifting audience expectations and technological advancements. The series' early episodes, with their hand-drawn backgrounds and characters, evoked a nostalgic, almost dreamlike quality. However, as digital animation became more widespread, the Pokemon anime began incorporating computer generated effects and smoother, more polished animation. This allowed for more dynamic scenes, particularly in battle sequences, while still maintaining the warmth and charm that made the series so beloved. The transition between these two styles happened gradually, giving the show a timeless feel as it adapted to the changing landscape of animation. Fact 84. In addition to the change in animation techniques, the pacing of the Pokemon anime also shifted over time. Early episodes followed a slower, more methodical pace, allowing for character development and deeper emotional moments. However, as the series grew in scope and popularity, the pacing became faster, with more emphasis on action packed sequences and dramatic plot twists. Despite this shift, the anime never lost its sense of heart, and even the faster paced episodes maintained the underlying theme of connection between trainers and Pokemon, and between the characters and the world around them. This balance between action and emotion became one of the series' defining features. Fact 85. One of the most notable changes in the Pokemon anime came with the introduction of new regions and new characters, which not only expanded the world of Pokemon, but also introduced new animation styles to reflect the unique cultures and environments of each region. For example, the Sinnoh region, with its cooler, mountainous terrain, introduced a more muted color palette, while the tropical landscapes of the Alola region brought brighter, more vibrant hues to the screen. These visual changes helped to reinforce the distinct identities of each region, making the Pokemon world feel as vast and varied as the creatures it housed. Fact 86. The design of Pokemon themselves also evolved over time, reflecting the changing animation techniques and the growing complexity of the series. Early Pokemon designs were relatively simple and exaggerated with large, round shapes and distinct, easily recognizable features. As the series progressed, the designs became more detailed, with Pokemon incorporating more subtle textures, shading, and complexity. This evolution in design allowed the Pokemon to feel more alive, reflecting the increasing depth of their personalities and the ever expanding lore behind their origins. The animation, in turn, had to adapt to these more intricate designs, resulting in a smoother and more immersive viewing experience. Fact 87. Throughout the history of the Pokemon anime, there has been a gradual shift in the way certain themes are presented. Early episodes often focused on Ash's journey of self discovery, with an emphasis on the innocence of youth and the thrill of adventure. As the series progressed, however, the themes became more nuanced. Issues such as responsibility, sacrifice, and personal growth began to take center stage. This evolution in storytelling reflected a growing maturity in the series' audience and was mirrored in the animation, which began to convey more subtle emotions through facial expressions, body language, and carefully crafted scenes. Fact 88. The Pokemon anime's evolution also mirrored the franchise's growing global reach. As Pokemon expanded from Japan to other countries, the anime underwent changes in order to appeal to a wider audience. In the early days, the anime's humor and cultural references were tailored specifically to Japanese viewers, but as it became a global phenomenon, the anime adapted its content to resonate with audiences around the world. These changes were reflected in the animation as well, with the show incorporating more universal themes of friendship, teamwork, and perseverance, while still retaining the unique charm that made it distinctly Pokemon. Fact 89. Another aspect of the Pokemon anime's evolution was its increasing focus on the emotional depth of its characters, particularly Ash and his Pokemon. Early episodes often centered around Ash's ambition to become a Pokemon master, with each battle serving as a stepping stone toward that goal. However, as the series progressed, the focus shifted toward the relationships between Ash and his companions, as well as the evolving bonds between trainers and Pokemon. This shift in narrative focus allowed for quieter, more introspective moments where Ash could reflect on his growth as both a trainer and a person. Fact 90. The animation style of the Pokemon anime was not just about how the characters looked, but how they moved. Over time, the animators worked to refine the movements of both the Pokemon and the human characters, making them more fluid and expressive. This attention to detail allowed the animation to convey emotions more effectively, whether it was the excitement of a battle or the quiet tenderness of a moment of connection. The evolution of movement in the anime reflected the growing depth of the series, where even the simplest gestures held meaning and resonated with the audience on a deeper level. Fact 91. The Pokemon movies, starting with Pokemon, the first movie, have always been a grand extension of the series' emotional and narrative reach. While the episodes focus on Ash's journey through different regions, the movies allow the anime to explore grander themes: battles of destiny, the struggle between good and evil, and the emotional connections between Pokemon and humans. Yet, despite their larger scale, these films retain the same warmth and quiet tenderness that defines the series. Whether it's the serene beauty of the setting or the quiet, heartfelt moments between characters, the Pokemon movies remind us that even the grandest tales need moments of calm. Fact 92. One of the most iconic elements of the Pokemon movies is the deep emotional bond between Ash and the legendary Pokemon they encounter. These films often feature a powerful connection between Ash and the legendary creatures, where their journeys intertwine on a deeply personal level. In Pokémon, the first movie, Ash's selflessness and willingness to sacrifice for his friends and Pokémon culminate in an emotional crescendo that resonates long after the credits roll. The movies invite viewers to reflect on their own connections with others, teaching that true strength often lies in vulnerability and the willingness to care deeply for those around us. Fact 93. The music in the Pokemon movies often serves to elevate the emotional stakes, making moments of joy, sadness, and triumph feel even more profound. In Pokemon, the first movie, the song Pokemon Theme carries a sense of nostalgia and hope, evoking the quiet, enduring spirit of Ash's journey. The movie's soundtrack, much like the anime itself, reflects the delicate balance of adventure and reflection, with stirring melodies accompanying moments of intense action and softer, more introspective themes carrying the quieter, more emotional scenes. The music, in many ways, becomes the soul of these movies, echoing the themes of connection and growth. Fact 94. Though the movies are grand in their scope, they often provide a platform to explore themes that resonate on a deeply personal level. Pokémon, the movie 2000 focused on the balance of nature and the emotional connection between the elements and the Pokémon who control them. In many of these films, the conflict is not one of raw power, but one of harmony. Pokémon and humans are often faced with choices that require empathy, understanding, and care. Quiet, thoughtful moments that speak to the heart of the series, showing that even the greatest challenges can be overcome with patience and compassion. Fact 95. The Pokemon movies also allowed the series to expand its visual storytelling. With the increased budget and resources, the films introduced breathtaking animation and beautifully designed environments. In Pokemon, the movie 2000, the world is lush with vibrant colors, and the contrast between the natural beauty of the islands and the looming threat of destruction is stark. Yet, even amidst these grand visuals, the film remains rooted in the quiet emotional core that defines the anime. The balance of action and tranquility is what gives the movies their enduring charm, offering viewers both excitement and moments of peaceful reflection. Fact 96. Another aspect that makes the Pokemon movies so special is their ability to bring back beloved characters and Pokemon that fans have grown to cherish. In Pokemon, Lucario and the Mystery of Mew, the return of legendary Pokemon such as Mew and Mewtwo, paired with the introduction of new, complex characters like Lucario, creates a beautiful balance of nostalgia and novelty. These films allow for deeper emotional exploration of characters we've already come to love, providing new layers to their stories while honoring the past. In this way, the movies gently remind us that while time moves forward, the bonds we share remain timeless. Fact 97. While many of the Pokemon movies focus on the adventures of Ash, they also provide the spotlight for other trainers and characters in the Pokemon world. In Pokemon, The Rise of Darkrai, the focus shifts to the interplay between the legendary Pokemon and the people who interact with them. These films show that every character, whether human or Pokemon, has a story to tell. This broader focus helps to expand the world of Pokemon beyond Ash's journey, reminding viewers that every creature and trainer has a role to play in the grand, interconnected story of the Pokemon universe. Fact 98. The Pokemon movies also explore the theme of loss and the emotional growth that comes from it. In Pokemon, Mewtwo Strikes Back, Mewtwo's journey from confusion to self realization reflects the pain and struggle of being misunderstood and out of place in the world. The film's emotional depth, paired with the serene beauty of its animation, allows it to resonate with viewers on a profound level. The themes of loss, identity, and growth are explored with a gentleness that makes the film feel personal, as though it is speaking directly to anyone who has ever struggled to find their place in the world. Fact 99. The enduring popularity of the Pokemon movies is a testament to their ability to strike a balance between entertainment and meaningful storytelling. The films are not simply action packed adventures, but thoughtful explorations of friendship, sacrifice, and the quiet, enduring strength that comes from caring deeply for others. The Pokemon movies have captured the hearts of generations, and their ability to inspire introspection and reflection, even amid moments of high stakes action, ensures their place in the hearts of fans so old and new. Each film is an invitation to reflect on the power of connection between people, Pokemon, and the world around us. Fact 100. As Pokemon has evolved over the years, so too has its cinematic presence. Newer films, like Pokémon, Detective Pikachu, showcased a different aspect of the Pokemon universe, offering a more humorous and lighthearted tone while still retaining the emotional depth that has always been present in the series. These films may have explored new genres or formats, but the central message remained the same. The bond between a human and their Pokemon is one of the most profound relationships we can experience. No matter the setting, the Pokemon movies consistently remind us that adventure, love, and growth are always waiting just around the corner. Fact 101: one of the most beloved moments in the Pokemon anime is when Ash and Pikachu first bond. At the beginning of their journey, Pikachu is reluctant to follow Ash's commands, leading to frustration on both sides. But when Ash is willing to protect Pikachu from danger, their bond solidifies. This moment of trust, of silently understanding each other, is not just the beginning of a friendship. It's a quiet promise to always stand by one another, no matter the odds. It encapsulates the essence of Pokemon: loyalty, care, and the power of quiet connections, forming the foundation for all that follows. Fact 102: another iconic moment comes when Ash decides to release his Butterfree, a Pokemon he had raised and cared for since the beginning of his journey. In Bye Bye Butterfree, Ash watches his beloved companion fly off to join a female Butterfree, and while the moment is bittersweet, it symbolizes Ash's growth as a trainer. He understands that sometimes love means letting go. This quiet sacrifice, letting Butterfree follow its own path, taught fans that true love is not about possession, but about respect and the willingness to let others grow in their own time, even if it means a painful goodbye. Fact 103: the moment when Ash and Misty share a heartfelt exchange at the end of the Misty Mermaid episode is another fan favorite scene. After an intense battle, Misty reflects on her journey, with Ash expressing her quiet but deep admiration for his determination. This subtle emotional moment speaks to the bond they share, one that is built not on grand declarations, but on mutual respect and understanding. It's moments like these that show the true heart of Pokemon, where the connections between characters are not always expressed loudly, but rather through small, tender exchanges that carry great emotional weight. Fact 104: when Ash finally receives his first Pokemon badge after many struggles, it's not just a victory in a battle, it's a reflection of his growth. In the Waterflowers of Cerulean City, Ash wins his first official badge from Misty after battling hard and learning the true meaning of being a Pokemon trainer. The episode shows that success isn't just about winning, but about learning from the journey itself. The quiet pride Ash feels in this moment is a reminder that every small step counts, and the quiet moments of victory are just as significant as the loud, celebrated ones. Fact 105: one of the most touching moments in Pokemon is when Ash reunites with his mother in Pallet Town after a long journey. The quiet relief on Ash's face when he sees his mom waiting for him at the dock, arms open, is a reminder of the deep love that anchors him, even as he embarks on his adventures. This reunion, though simple, is full of warmth and tenderness, as it reflects the quiet, steady presence of those we love. It serves as a reminder that no matter how far we go, the people who care for us will always be there to welcome us home. Fact 106: in Pokemon, the first movie, the heartbreaking moment when Ash steps in front of a blast from Mewtwo's attack to protect his Pokemon is a pivotal scene. Ash's willingness to sacrifice himself for the creatures he loves is an emotional crescendo that echoes the central theme of Pokemon: selfless love and sacrifice. When Ash is turned to stone, the Pokemon come together, crying for their friend, showing that love transcends all boundaries, even life and death. This moment, though filled with sadness, reflects the deep bonds between Ash and his Pokemon, reminding us all of the power of loyalty and love. Fact 107: the moment when Pikachu refuses to evolve in the Battle of the Badge is a fan favorite because it highlights the strength of their bond. Throughout the series, Pikachu is given numerous opportunities to evolve into a Raichu, but it always chooses to stay true to itself despite the pressure to change. This subtle moment of independence speaks to the importance of staying authentic, even when others may try to push us in a different direction. Pikachu's decision to remain as it is reflects the theme of personal growth, not in changing who you are, but in embracing your own strengths. Fact 108: when Ash says goodbye to his Charmander in Charmander, the stray Pokemon, it marks one of the most emotional moments in the series. Charmander, once abandoned, grew to trust Ash completely, and when it finally evolves into Charizard, it represents the quiet growth that comes from love and care. The heartfelt goodbye is a reminder that sometimes growth involves letting go of something you love, allowing it to fly free and fulfill its potential. This moment, though full of sadness, also carries hope and pride, showing that love can be the catalyst for great transformation. Fact 109: in Pikachu's goodbye, the emotional moment when Pikachu is offered the chance to live with a group of other Pikachu is both heart-wrenching and beautiful. As Ash watches Pikachu play with its own kind, the episode quietly explores themes of belonging, friendship, and selflessness. Ash's struggle to let Pikachu go is a testament to their deep bond, and the eventual reunion is a quiet affirmation of their relationship, one that doesn't rely on being together all the time, but on a mutual understanding that transcends physical presence. The scene is an emotional reminder of the power of true friendship. Fact 110: when Ash faces his toughest opponents in the Pokemon League, particularly in the Indigo Plateau battle, the stakes are high and the tension is palpable, but it's the quiet moments of reflection during the battle, when Ash pauses to think about everything he's learned, that resonate most deeply with viewers. These battles are not just tests of strength, but tests of character. Ash's calm determination to never give up, even when faced with overwhelming odds, is a defining aspect of his character. It's a quiet reminder that true strength comes not from power, but from the heart, the belief in oneself, and the willingness to persevere. Fact 111: from the very beginning, Pokemon became more than just an anime or video game. It evolved into a worldwide cultural phenomenon, and a key part of that success was the merchandise. The first wave of Pokemon toys, cards, and other products hit the market alongside the anime, and their impact was immediate. The soft, plush toys, especially of characters like Pikachu, became beloved companions for fans. These simple, cuddly figures captured the essence of Pokemon, a blend of warmth, friendliness, and nostalgia that made them feel like part of the family. Over the years, the merchandise has only grown, evolving alongside the expanding Pokemon world. Fact 112: Pokemon trading cards, introduced in 1996, quickly became one of the most successful merchandise lines, and they continue to be a central part of the franchise today. The quiet thrill of collecting, trading, and battling with the cards became an essential part of the Pokemon experience. The cards were more than just a game, they were a way to connect with others, to build relationships, and to share in the joy of Pokemon. The collectible nature of the cards created a deep sense of connection between fans, and the quiet thrill of finding a rare card still resonates with collectors. Fact 113: as Pokemon's popularity grew, so did its range of merchandise. From school supplies to clothing, each new product offered fans a chance to bring their love of Pokemon into their everyday lives. What began with simple toys and trading cards expanded into a universe of products that covered nearly every aspect of life. Pokemon became a symbol of both childhood nostalgia and a timeless bond with the characters, allowing fans to carry a piece of the Pokemon world with them. The Pokemon universe wasn't just something to watch, it became a lifestyle, woven into the fabric of daily life through its beloved products. Fact 114: the Pokemon anime also brought with it a wide array of video games, each offering a new way for fans to engage with the world. These games, from the core RPG titles to the various spin offs, allowed players to explore new regions, meet new Pokemon, and dive deeper into the lore of the world. What started as a simple game of catching creatures grew into a multifaceted experience, one that encouraged connection, strategy, and discovery. The games, much like the anime, evolved over time, and the quiet joy of catching a Pokemon and watching it grow remains at the heart of the franchise. Fact 115: as the Pokemon brand continued to grow, it reached beyond traditional merchandise and into other forms of entertainment, including movies, books, and even theme park attractions. Pokemon movies such as Pokémon, the first movie and later films, introduced new ways to experience the Pokemon world. These movies were often tied to the launch of new products, creating a sense of excitement and anticipation. The films and their corresponding merchandise allowed fans to deepen their connection to the Pokemon world, offering them a way to bring the magical creatures they adored on screen into their own homes via action figures and collectibles. Fact 116: the design of Pokemon merchandise, especially in the early years, reflected the charm and warmth of the anime itself. The simple, rounded features of the early Pokemon toys, particularly Pikachu, captured the softness and innocence of the characters. These plush toys and figures were designed to evoke comfort, turning Pokemon into not just collectible objects, but items to cherish. The quiet joy of holding a Pikachu plush or wearing a Pokemon themed t shirt became a way to show fandom while embracing the warmth and familiarity that the Pokemon world provided. Fact 117: one of the most significant moments in the evolution of Pokemon merchandise came with the introduction of special edition products. Items like the limited edition Pokemon cards or the exclusive Pokemon toys, released with the premiere of a new movie or season, became instant collectibles. These exclusive products brought a sense of rarity and importance to the Pokemon world. The quiet thrill of owning something unique, something that connected fans to a special moment in Pokemon history, became an integral part of the Pokemon experience, turning everyday fans into collectors who cherished each piece of memorabilia. Fact 118: Pokemon merchandise was not only about toys and cards, it also became a way to celebrate milestones in the franchise's history. For example, special anniversary merchandise, such as the 20th anniversary celebrations, brought fans together to reflect on the journey Pokemon had taken. These commemorative items, often designed with extra care and detail, served as a gentle reminder of the franchise's enduring legacy. Each anniversary product felt like a quiet celebration of the memories, growth, and joy Pokemon had brought into the lives of its fans, cementing its place in the hearts of generations across the world. Fact 119. The rise of mobile gaming also led to new types of Pokemon merchandise, with apps like Pokemon Go bringing the Pokemon world into the real world. Pokemon Go not only encouraged players to explore their neighborhoods and cities in search of Pokemon, but it also created a new wave of physical merchandise. Items like wearable Pokemon Go Plus devices allowed players to connect their digital and physical experiences, blending the world of the game with the world of Pokemon products. This evolution of merchandise showed that Pokemon was not just something to watch or play, but something that could be experienced in every part of life. Fact 120. The cultural impact of Pokemon merchandise cannot be overstated. From clothing lines featuring popular Pokemon to collaborations with major fashion brands, Pokemon became a global symbol, recognized not only by fans, but by people from all walks of life. The quiet pervasiveness of Pokemon merchandise, whether it was a Pikachu backpack or a set of trading cards tucked away in a drawer, became a subtle reminder of the franchise's lasting influence. Pokemon became part of the fabric of everyday life, a cultural touchstone that transcended generations, bringing joy and nostalgia to those who had grown up with it and introducing it to new fans along the way. Fact 121. Since its inception, Pokemon has had a profound impact on global pop culture, becoming one of the most recognizable franchises in history. What began as a simple video game quickly transformed into a worldwide phenomenon, spanning across generations and cultures. Pokemon's appeal is universal. Its themes of friendship, exploration, and personal growth resonate with people from all walks of life. Pokemon's cultural influence can be seen in everything from the widespread popularity of its games and anime to its frequent references in other media, including TV shows, movies, and even music, showing that Pokemon is more than just a brand, it's a global icon. Fact 122. One of the key reasons Pokemon has remained relevant for so many years is its ability to adapt to different cultures while maintaining its core values. Whether in Japan, the United States, or beyond, Pokemon speaks a universal language of connection. Its ability to bring people together, whether through trading cards, video games, or social media, has made it a bridge across cultures. The global appeal of Pokemon's themes of trust, teamwork, and friendship highlights the franchise's ability to transcend cultural barriers and create a shared experience among diverse audiences. Fact 123. Pokemon's cultural impact extends beyond just its fans. It has become a part of everyday life. Phrases like "gotta catch 'em all" have become synonymous with the franchise, and the Pokemon logo is instantly recognizable worldwide. Even those who may not be familiar with every aspect of the Pokemon universe can still recognize the impact it has had on pop culture. Whether it's seeing Pikachu appear in advertisements or hearing references to Pokemon in casual conversations, the franchise has become woven into the fabric of modern culture, reaching people far beyond the core fan base. Fact 124. The release of Pokemon Go in 2016 was a significant moment in the franchise's cultural evolution. It brought Pokemon into the real world, encouraging players to explore their neighborhoods and cities while interacting with the virtual Pokemon that appeared around them. The game's popularity was not just due to its novelty, but because it tapped into something deeper, nostalgia, community, and the joy of discovery. Pokemon Go became a cultural event, drawing people together from all walks of life to participate in something bigger than just a game. It showed how Pokemon could evolve with the times while staying true to its roots. Fact 125. Beyond the games and anime, Pokemon has also left its mark on education and learning. The Pokemon trading card game, in particular, has been used as a tool to teach strategy, math, and even reading. The game's rules involve a mix of tactical thinking, probability, and memorization, encouraging players to think critically and plan ahead. Many educators have embraced Pokemon as a way to engage students and teach important skills in a fun and interactive way, showing that the cultural impact of Pokemon extends far beyond entertainment to enrich the lives of its fans in meaningful ways. Fact 126. Pokemon's influence can be seen in its collaborations with other brands and franchises. From limited edition clothing lines to crossovers with major companies like McDonald's, Pokemon's iconic status has made it a sought after partner in the world of marketing. These collaborations often serve to strengthen the connection between Pokemon and fans, offering new ways to experience the world of Pokemon. The franchise's ability to integrate into different industries, from fashion to food to tech, further underscores its widespread cultural impact and shows how Pokemon has become a key player in global pop culture. Fact 127. The Pokemon anime, which has been airing since 1997, has played a significant role in spreading the franchise's cultural influence across the globe. The show's universal themes of adventure, friendship, and growth have made it a comfort for viewers of all ages. It introduced Pokemon to audiences outside of Japan, helping the franchise grow into a worldwide phenomenon. Even decades later, new generations of children continue to discover the anime, while older fans revisit it with a sense of nostalgia. The timeless appeal of the anime has allowed Pokemon to maintain a lasting presence in global pop culture. Fact 128. Pokemon's impact is particularly evident in the world of competitive gaming. The Pokemon video games, especially the main series RPGs, have cultivated a thriving competitive scene where players battle against each other in tournaments and leagues. Pokemon's strategic depth and the endless variety of combinations make it a game that can be enjoyed at any level, from casual players to serious competitors. This competitive culture has become an essential part of the Pokemon world, and the tournaments have become cultural events, drawing in millions of viewers worldwide who share a passion for Pokemon and the competitive spirit it fosters. Fact 129. As the franchise continues to grow, Pokemon has expanded into different forms of media, including manga, movies, and even musicals. Pokemon's cultural influence has reached the stage, with various performances celebrating the world of Pokemon. The Pokemon franchise has also embraced its roots in Japanese culture, with references to traditional art, folklore, and history often woven into the games and anime. By blending both Eastern and Western cultural elements, Pokemon has created a rich, diverse universe that appeals to fans from many different cultural backgrounds, making it a truly global phenomenon. Fact 130. The cultural legacy of Pokemon also includes the way it has influenced future generations of creators and storytellers. Many game designers, animators, and writers have cited Pokemon as an inspiration for their own work, leading to the creation of other beloved franchises. Pokemon's focus on companionship, discovery, and the natural world has resonated with creators, helping to shape the future of entertainment. Its cultural impact goes beyond just its fan base. It has become a touchstone for creative innovation, influencing the direction of many aspects of modern pop culture and inspiring generations of fans and creators alike. Fact 131: Behind the magic of the Pokemon anime and games is a team of talented creators who have poured their hearts into bringing the world of Pokemon to life. Satoshi Tajiri, the creator of Pokemon, was inspired by his childhood love of bug collecting, which led to the creation of the original games. He wanted to capture the joy and excitement of exploring the world and discovering new creatures. This love of discovery became a central theme of the franchise, and Tajiri's vision has shaped Pokemon into something far more than just a game. It's a journey of friendship, growth, and adventure. Fact 132: The Pokemon franchise is built on the hard work of many, but one person who stands out is Ken Sugimori, the artist responsible for designing many of the iconic Pokemon. Sugimori's artistic vision has been crucial in defining the visual identity of Pokemon. From the simple, charming designs of early Pokemon like Pikachu and Bulbasaur to the more intricate and complex designs of newer Pokemon, Sugimori's art has always maintained a balance of accessibility and creativity. His ability to blend elements of real world animals, mythology, and imagination has given Pokemon a timeless visual appeal that resonates across generations. Fact 133: The process of creating a new Pokemon game is a deeply collaborative effort that involves many different departments working in harmony. Game designers, artists, writers, and musicians all come together to create the world that players experience. Every detail, from the environments to the Pokemon designs, is carefully crafted to fit within the universe that has been built over the years. This teamwork is what makes the Pokemon games so immersive and enjoyable, as each new release feels like a natural extension of the world. Behind each game is a passionate team that loves the franchise as much as its fans. Fact 134: The music of Pokemon has always played a crucial role in its storytelling, and the composers behind the series have contributed significantly to its emotional depth. Junichi Masuda, the composer for many of the Pokemon games, crafted soundtracks that have become iconic in their own right. The music is often soft, nostalgic, and evocative, pulling players deeper into the world of Pokemon. Masuda's melodies are more than just background tunes. They become part of the player's experience, heightening moments of joy, excitement, and reflection. His work on the Pokemon soundtrack continues to shape the emotional atmosphere of the games. Fact 135: In the Pokemon anime, the voice actors bring the characters to life, and their performances have a huge impact on how the series resonates with fans. Veronica Taylor, who voiced Ash Ketchum in the English dub for the first 8 seasons, helped define Ash's character as a relatable and determined young hero. Likewise, Ikue Otani, who voices Pikachu, has captured the essence of the iconic Pokemon through her expressive vocalizations. The voice actors add depth and warmth to the characters, making them feel real and emotionally compelling, and they have become as beloved as the characters themselves. Fact 136: The production of Pokemon's animated series involves meticulous planning and a deep understanding of what makes the franchise so beloved. Every episode of the anime is carefully storyboarded and scripted to ensure that it aligns with the overall theme of the series. The animators worked tirelessly to bring the Pokemon universe to life, blending detailed character animation with the vibrant backgrounds that create the world Ash and his friends explore. Behind each battle, each journey, and each heartfelt moment is a team of creators dedicated to maintaining the sense of wonder and warmth that defines the Pokemon franchise. Fact 137. The Pokemon video games have also undergone significant changes since the release of the original Pokemon Red and Green games in 1996. What started as a relatively simple RPG with 151 Pokemon has transformed into a global phenomenon with hundreds of species, new gameplay mechanics, and increasingly complex storylines. The introduction of multiplayer features, online trading, and battle mechanics has made the Pokemon games a more interactive experience than ever before. The development team's focus on balancing nostalgia with innovation has allowed the series to remain fresh and exciting while staying true to its core themes of exploration and friendship. Fact 138. Behind the scenes, the Pokemon franchise has maintained a careful balance between its traditional elements and its evolving world. As the franchise grew, new ideas and features were introduced to keep fans engaged, such as the introduction of new regions, new Pokemon types, and the ability to create custom characters in some of the later games. The developers are always looking for ways to keep the experience fresh, but they do so with an awareness of what makes Pokemon so special. This balance between innovation and tradition has been one of the key factors in Pokemon's continued success and cultural relevance. Fact 139. One aspect of Pokemon's behind the scenes magic that often goes unnoticed is the attention to detail in the lore and mythology of the Pokemon world. The developers have created a rich and complex universe with deep histories for many of the legendary Pokemon and the regions they inhabit. These stories are woven into the fabric of the games and anime, adding layers of depth to the Pokemon world. The quiet lore of Pokemon, like the myth of Mew and Mewtwo or the legend of the Creation Trio, adds an extra layer of meaning, inviting fans to explore the world in greater detail. Fact 140. Another important aspect of Pokemon's behind the scenes production is the ongoing relationship between the franchise and its fans. The Pokemon Company has always made an effort to listen to the fan community, incorporating feedback and responding to fan requests. This relationship is evident in the way new Pokemon games evolve, as well as in the way the anime adapts to the changing interests of its audience. Pokemon has always been a franchise that grows alongside its fans, ensuring that it remains a relevant and beloved part of pop culture for generations to come. Fact 141. One of the core themes of the Pokemon franchise is the profound emotional bond between trainers and their Pokemon. The connection that forms over time is not just about battles and victories, but about trust, growth, and mutual care. This bond is evident in many moments throughout the series, where a Pokemon and its trainer share a quiet understanding that transcends words. Whether it's Ash and Pikachu or any of the other beloved pairs, the emotional depth of these relationships forms the heart of Pokemon, reminding us that true connections go far beyond words and are built on empathy, loyalty, and love. Fact 142. A poignant example of this emotional connection is the relationship between Ash and his Charizard. Charizard, who once rejected Ash's commands and defied him at every turn, eventually became one of his most loyal and powerful Pokémon. Their journey together was not without struggles, but it was one of growth and mutual respect. The quiet transformation of their bond, from frustration to understanding, is a powerful reminder that relationships, whether human or between Pokemon, require patience, persistence, and a willingness to understand one another. Charizard's eventual loyalty symbolizes the quiet power of perseverance and unconditional support. Fact 143. The emotional bond between Pokemon and their trainers is often depicted through acts of selflessness. For example, in Pokemon, the first movie, Ash's willingness to sacrifice himself for Pikachu and the other Pokemon highlights the depth of their connection. Ash's selflessness serves as a quiet, yet powerful message about the strength of bonds and the lengths we are willing to go to for those we care about. This moment of sacrifice demonstrates that the most meaningful connections are those built on trust and the willingness to put others' needs above our own, a theme that resonates deeply with viewers. Fact 144. Another deeply emotional moment in the Pokemon series is when Misty lets go of her Togepi in the Johto region. Misty has spent so much time nurturing and caring for Togepi, and when it's time for Togepi to evolve and find its place in the world, Misty's quiet acceptance and eventual release of her Pokemon is a powerful moment of growth. This act of letting go highlights the theme of supporting those we love in their journey to find their own path. It's a gentle reminder that sometimes the most loving thing we can do is allow others the space to grow and flourish. Fact 145. The bond between Ash and his Pokemon often represents the quiet strength of emotional connections that endure through time and distance. Even when Ash is separated from his Pokemon, as seen in multiple seasons, where his Pokemon leave to train or explore on their own, the bond never truly breaks. These moments of separation, though filled with sadness, only highlight the depth of the emotional connection. The fact that Ash's Pokemon always return when they're needed most demonstrates the enduring nature of their bond, a bond built on trust, love, and the understanding that no matter the distance, true friendships remain unshaken. Fact 146. The theme of emotional connections extends beyond the relationship between trainers and their Pokemon. In the Pokemon anime, many of the characters share deep emotional bonds with one another, built on trust, friendship, and shared experiences. Ash's friendships with Misty, Brock, and others are integral to his growth as a trainer. These friendships are not just about adventure, but about supporting one another during difficult times. The quiet moments between characters, where they offer each other understanding, encouragement, and sometimes a simple shoulder to lean on, add layers of warmth and depth to the Pokemon world, making it feel more like home. Fact 147. In many episodes of the anime, Pokemon are shown to experience emotions just like humans. The emotional depth of Pokemon like Eevee, Meowth, and others creates a world where even the smallest of creatures can form deep bonds and express their feelings. The way Pikachu's eyes fill with tears, or how a Pokemon will run to protect its trainer, shows the quiet, yet profound emotional range that these creatures possess. This human like emotional quality makes the Pokemon universe not just a world of fantasy, but a reflection of the emotional complexity we experience in our own lives. Fact 148. The evolution of Pokemon is another powerful metaphor for growth, both for the Pokemon and their trainers. As Pokemon evolve, they become stronger, more confident, and sometimes more independent. However, this growth is not always easy. The moments when a Pokemon evolves are often accompanied by a deep emotional realization, both for the Pokemon and its trainer. Whether it's a Pokemon like Charmander evolving into Charizard, or Bulbasaur growing into Ivysaur, these moments highlight the quiet process of change, showing that growth, while necessary, can also be a bittersweet experience that requires letting go of the past to move forward. Fact 149: the power of Pokemon's emotional connections is also reflected in the anime's portrayal of sacrifice and loyalty. Pokemon like Snorlax, Gengar, and even the mischievous Team Rocket's Meowth show that loyalty to one another transcends all obstacles. One of the most touching moments is when Pokemon, despite their earlier independence or rebelliousness, choose to stand by their trainers. These moments of loyalty, often shown in quiet, tender gestures, remind us of the emotional bonds that grow even in the most unlikely of circumstances. They prove that loyalty is not something that is given lightly, but something that is earned through trust and mutual respect. Fact 150: perhaps the most enduring example of emotional connection in Pokemon is the bond between Ash and Pikachu. Their relationship has been the heart of the franchise from the very beginning, and it has grown stronger with each passing season. What started as a reluctant partnership blossomed into one of the most beloved and emotional relationships in anime. Through countless battles, challenges, and adventures, Pikachu has been Ash's constant companion, always by his side, offering unconditional support and love. Their bond is a testament to the enduring power of friendship, showing that no matter what happens, true companions will always stick together. Fact 151: Pokemon's legacy is not just in the millions of fans it has across the world, but in the way it has shaped pop culture over the past few decades. What began as a simple game and anime about capturing and training creatures has become a sprawling universe filled with stories, characters, and moments that resonate deeply with fans. The franchise's ability to stay relevant for over 2 decades is a testament to its universal appeal. Its themes of friendship, personal growth, and discovery are timeless, and these core elements continue to guide the Pokemon world as it evolves and expands into new territories. Fact 152: one of the key reasons for Pokemon's enduring success is its ability to adapt to changing technology and trends while maintaining its core values. With the rise of mobile gaming, Pokemon made a smooth transition into the mobile world with games like Pokemon Go, which combined augmented reality with the joy of discovering new Pokemon. The franchise has also embraced the streaming era with shows and movies on platforms like Netflix and YouTube, ensuring that it remains accessible to new generations of fans. Pokemon's adaptability is a key factor in its continued relevance and success in an ever changing entertainment landscape. Fact 153: the future of Pokemon seems bright as the franchise continues to explore new territories, not just in gaming, but in entertainment and technology. With the advent of new technologies like augmented reality and virtual reality, Pokemon is poised to explore even more immersive ways for fans to interact with the world of Pokemon. The franchise's potential for growth is vast, and it's exciting to think about how Pokemon will continue to evolve, creating new experiences for fans while staying true to the themes of connection, exploration, and the quiet bonds that form between trainers and their Pokemon. Fact 154. As Pokemon continues to expand, its legacy will undoubtedly include the new generations of Pokemon that are introduced with each new game. Just as Pikachu and Bulbasaur have become iconic symbols of the franchise, new Pokemon will continue to inspire and capture the imaginations of fans around the world. These new Pokemon will likely carry with them the same sense of wonder and emotional connection that their predecessors have, ensuring that the future of Pokemon will be just as full of heart, excitement, and adventure as its past. Every new generation of Pokemon adds another layer to the rich, ever growing world. Fact 155. Pokemon's influence has extended beyond just entertainment. It has become a vehicle for social connection. Through games, anime, movies, and even social media, Pokemon has brought people together, from friends to strangers, who all share a love for the franchise. This sense of community, fostered through the shared experience of playing Pokemon, attending conventions, and trading cards, has created a bond among fans that transcends borders. The friendships and relationships formed through Pokemon are a quiet yet powerful part of its legacy, demonstrating how a shared passion can connect people in profound ways. Fact 156. The legacy of Pokemon is also reflected in the way it has influenced the gaming industry as a whole. Its combination of exploration, collection, and strategic battles has inspired countless other games, and its influence can be seen in genres ranging from RPGs to mobile games. The idea of catching creatures and forming bonds with them has resonated with developers, leading to the creation of games that mirror the emotional depth and complexity of Pokemon. Pokemon's impact on the gaming world is undeniable, and its ability to shape the future of gaming will continue to be a significant part of its legacy. Fact 157. As the franchise continues to grow, Pokemon's impact on education and learning is becoming more apparent. The Pokemon trading card game, for instance, has been used in classrooms to teach math, strategy, and reading skills. Pokemon's approach to learning through play, whether it's through battling, trading, or exploring, is a unique and engaging way to teach important life skills. The ability of Pokemon to blend entertainment with educational value is one of the many reasons why it has remained such a beloved part of global culture, and its future potential in this space is limitless. Fact 158. One of the most powerful aspects of Pokemon's future lies in its ability to inspire creativity. Fans of all ages engage with the Pokemon world in countless ways, whether through creating fan art, writing stories, designing their own Pokemon, or even developing their own games. Pokemon has provided a platform for creativity where fans are encouraged to imagine and share their visions of the Pokemon universe. This creative energy has become a vital part of the Pokemon legacy, with new generations of fans contributing their ideas and interpretations to the ever expanding world. Fact 159. Looking forward, Pokemon's integration with new media platforms is one of the most exciting aspects of its future. Whether it's through live streaming Pokemon tournaments, interactive apps, or new forms of digital media, Pokemon is expanding beyond traditional entertainment mediums. This new digital landscape allows fans to engage with the franchise in new ways, from playing Pokemon games in virtual environments to interacting with Pokemon through social media platforms. The franchise's embrace of digital technology ensures that its legacy will not only continue, but thrive in new and innovative ways for generations to come. So, fact 160. Ultimately, the legacy of Pokemon is defined by its ability to connect people across the world through shared experiences, emotional bonds, and a love of discovery. Its quiet power lies not just in its success as a global franchise, but in the way it has touched the hearts of fans, both young and old. As Pokemon moves into the future, it will continue to inspire, teach, and bring joy to millions, just as it has for decades. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the world of Pokemon. May your dreams be as bright and adventurous as the Pokemon universe itself. Thank you for drifting through the world of Pokemon with me tonight. I hope the soft rhythms of these stories and the quiet bonds between trainers and their Pokemon have brought you a sense of peace and warmth. As you settle into rest, may your dreams be filled with adventure, kindness, and the gentle spirit of Pokemon. Remember, the journey is never truly over. It's always there, just a whisper away, waiting for you to return. Sleep well, and may your heart be light. Good night.